Right, let's talk briefly about the sine law. This is another one that you can use for non-right angle triangles. It doesn't work on triangles with right angles, so if you have a triangle with a right angle in it, you go for Pythagoras and SOHCAHTOA. If it doesn't have a right angle, you go for the sine law and the cosine law. Now the sine law is A over sine A equals B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. And actually, fact, I can write these upside down and it still works. And what you do is you start off with a triangle. Let's say that's 50. That one's 75. Let's say this one's, let's say, 40.3. Do a bit of labelling. A, B, C. Those are the angles. So A, B, and C. Those are the small letters. Those are the sides. Now the sine law. Let's just put all the values I know from this, put them straight into that equation and see what we get. I get 40.3 over sine 50 is equal to B over sine 55 is equal to C over sine 75. Right, for this I'm going to find both side B and side C. So what I can do is, for now, let's say I'm just going to use find side B, then I will just use this part of the equation. Yeah. When it comes time to finding sine C, I will use this, and I'll use this, and I'll skip out this middle bit. So let's just use the bit to find side B to start with. I'll just do that over here. 40.3 over sine 50 equals B over sine 55. So let's cross multiply everything, and that will give me 40.3 times sine 55 equals B times sine 55. So it's sine 50. Divide both sides by sine 50. Like that, which means that that and that will cancel. So B equals 40.3 times sine 55 divided by sine 50. And that will come out at 43.1. So that is side B. So this one here is 43.1. Now let's do the last bit, and we'll start off again with 40.3 over sine 50 equals C over sine 75. And again we just rearrange it, cross multiply everything, so we get 40.3 times sine 75 equals C sine 50, then divide both sides by sine 50. Those two cancel out. Put the values into here, use my calculator, and I get 50.8 equals side C. Notice that in this one we only had one side, this side here. So we couldn't have used the cosine law even if we'd wanted to, because for the cosine law you need two sides and the angle in between them. For the sine law, basically you just need one side and the opposite angle and something else, any other thing that will allow you to start working with it. Right, let's do another sine law question. So let's start with, let's say we do, Oops, that's sort of a triangle. Angle A, angle B, angle C, and this one here is 70. Side A is 5 and side B is 8. Here again, I have two sides, but I don't have the angle in between them, so I can't use the cosine law. So I do have an angle in its opposite side, so looks like I can use the sine law. So here I've got side A, side B, angle B, so I can just sort of shorten the sine law a little bit here. I don't need to write the C's because I don't know anything about any of the C's. Let's put in the values that I know. Side A is 5, side B is 8, and that is sine 70. If I just rearrange this, then I end up with sine A equals 5 sine 70 over 8, which comes out at, put it in the calculator, 0.587, roughly down to 3 figures. Remember, this is sine A. So the next thing I'll do is use the inverse sine function on my calculator to get the angle A, and that comes out at 36 degrees. So that there is 36 degrees. Then if I wanted to go further with this, I can just use the fact there's 180 degrees in a triangle. These two come up to 106, so this angle here must be 72. And then I can use either the sine law or the cosine law to find this last side, C, should I wish. Right, let's do what you can end up with is some bigger questions where you have to use both the sine law and the cosine law, and those will be on the next video.